Okay, class, so I'm going to go through and do each page individually so you don't necessarily have to watch an entire video or try and fast forward. So we're going to start with page 1. Sorry, I still have my cold. I have a cough drop in my mouth. I try and do my best I can here. Looking at number 1. First thing we're going to deal with is an exponent to an exponent. So an exponent to an exponent, right? We're multiplying in each of those cases. So we'll have x to the 6th, y to the 4th, over x to the 12th, y to the 3rd. Then we'll have division, right? When we divide with exponents, we subtract. So 6 minus 12 is negative 12. So that goes on the bottom. 4 minus 3 is positive 1. That goes on top. Number 2 is addition. So we're just going to combine like terms. 4x squared plus 3x squared gives us a 7x squared. 4x and a negative 7x give us a negative 3x. A positive 2 and a negative 1 give us a plus 1. So there's our final answer there. Number 3 is subtraction. Subtraction, we always want to change into addition, right? We're going to add the opposite. So a 4x and a negative 10x give us a negative 6x. A positive 7 and a positive 2 give us a positive 9. Four, we want to distribute. So 5 times 6 is 30. Right, when we distribute, it's through multiplication. So multiplication says to add the exponents. A and a squared gives us a to the 3rd. B third just comes along. There's nothing to put it with. Then we'll distribute to the next piece. 5 times 2 is 10. A and a to the 4th is a to the 5th. B to the 3rd and B is b to the 4th. We can't do anything else with this, so we're done. 5, we are going to distribute, but we have to do that twice. So x times x is x squared. X times 6 is 6x. 2 times x is 2x. 2 times 6 is 12. So we'll combine our like terms. We'll end up with an x squared plus 8x plus 12. 6 is pretty straightforward. We add exponents. We get a y to the 12th. 7, we are also going to distribute. X times x is x squared. X times negative 9 is a negative 9x. 5 times x is a 5x. And then a negative 45. When we combine like terms, we'll get an x squared minus 4x minus 45. Number 8, we do not have any addition happening in here. So we're going to pass this exponent out to each of them. But remember, we want 3 to the 4th power. So that's like 3 up caret 4. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, which gives us 81. And then when we have 2 exponents happening, we multiply them. So a to the 8th, b to the 12th. 9 is division. When we divide, we subtract. So we'll get a to the 8th. 10, we're going to prime factor, right? You all like to call it the tree thingy. Split it up into pairs here. What it multiplies. So this has become 2 times 3 times 3 times 5. Okay, GCF. So we're looking for something that will go into 8 and 16. Largest number is 8. Then we're checking to see if they both have the letter, and if they do, we're going to pick the smaller exponent. So they both have the x, so we're going to pick x to the 4th. They do both have the y, so we're going to pick y to the 3rd. They do not both have the z, so we can't pick anything there. So that's our GCF. Our GCF here is, they don't all have the X and Y, so we can't pick a variable. 5, 12, and 15, there's nothing that will go into all of those, so our GCF is just 1. (13), when we factor, the first thing we're going to look for is a GCF. This has a GCF of 5x, so I'm going to divide that out. I can't factor this any further, so there's my answer. 14, I'm going to do in some space over here just because I think I need a little bit more space to do it. So 2ax plus 6xc plus ba plus 3bc, right? So no GCF. So 4 terms I'm going to split in half and do grouping. 2 and 6 have a GCF of 2. They do not both have the a, but they do both have the x. They do not both have the c. So that will leave me with an a plus 3c. I'll do the same thing over here. 1 and 3, not a coefficient, but they do both have the b in common. Okay, so my 2 GCFs go together, 2x plus b. And then my common binomial, a plus 3c. So there's my factored form. To see page 2, watch the next video.